Welcome, Aquarius, to your Astrodice reading for May. Hope you guys are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what's going on with you. We have a big moon month. Big moon month. Got 3 moons this month. We just had the flower moon on the 1st. I am doing this reading on the 3rd. On the 16th, you will have the new moon in Taurus. And then on the 30th, I believe it's the 30th or the 31st, I'm going to say the 30th, we are having the rare blue moon in Sagittarius. Lovely. Love it. That's a great time to set those intentions, like seriously. Portal's big, powerful. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what's going on with you. Watch out for the next reading, too, guys. I am integrating the new moon in Taurus with your chakra reading. So I'm going to have 2 together. I think it's going to be very exciting, new, fresh. Let's get something fresh going on. Those creative endeavors done over here. Okay, let's go. Best message for Aquarius. Okay. We got some Sagittarius energy coming out into the 7th house of partnerships. And some Mercury. Okay. How you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. Sagittarius, the energy imbues power, superior confidence, and enthusiasm with faith, good fortune, and authority. Ooh, bringing that Jupiter energy. Going into the 7th house. This area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romance, business, or family. There we go. Love that card because we can get into everything. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, let's just knock it out of the water. Going straight into the situation. The situation is taking place at the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. I have to say, out of all the houses, my favorite houses to do in tarot, that is definitely the 7th house and the 11th house. Getting those wishes granted and bringing in, you know, everything together with the business, the family, you know, all of that. Okay, let's go. Beginning of the month, it says, ooh, it came out kind of sideways. I'm actually going to leave it sideways because it came out sideways for a reason. It says I don't want that to be right side up, and I don't want that to be upside down because it's saying Aquarius is in this place. Oh, wait, you have 2 cards. Look at this. There's 2 cards there. And they're both sideways. Wow. That's, talk about the rare blue moon. That's rare in itself. So we're going to take them together because they fell together. And they're both sideways. And we have the 7 of Swords coming right next to it. Sideways as well. This is really just suggesting this period of blocked introspective or a hesitant, stalled attempt to deal with some kind of deceptive situation that's going on around you. It's saying I haven't completely got into this place of looking at it from a new perspective, inspecting it, getting into hermit mode to actually see what's going on. I haven't done the deeper thinking. Right, so it's more like you're kind of stuck in this transition, right? Because sideways always means kind of like a maybe or not, I haven't thought about it yet, right? I haven't really fully realized what's going on, right? So I know that they're being deceptive, but I'm not really sure to what extent is going on here because I haven't really fully thought about it. I haven't really sat down to really think about what's really going on. I just know something's going on. I just feel that. So, okay. So you know there's sneaky behavior, but I'm just not sure if I really want to dig deep into this situation right now. So you're kind of avoiding this situation. Okay. You're putting it on the back burner. I will show you both cards. Okay, and they're coming out this way. Okay. And we are keeping them together because that's the message. We're not going to destroy the message. I am going to push them up this way, though. There we go. I'm going to push this one down just a little bit, guys. Okay. Hopefully they're still in. Yeah, they're still in view. Okay, so we know that there's this sneaky behavior going on within your business, your family, your partnerships, your romantic life. Something's going on, but you have not taken those steps to communicate with yourself or them about the situation. Throwing it into the back seat, I'll deal with it later. There could be other things that you're dealing with right now that have just got your attention. You know, I'm too busy working. I'm too busy with the kids. I've got this and that. I don't have time to be messing with your nonsense or trying to overthink the situation. Excuse me. Why are you getting 2 cards each one? What is going on? They're literally, and it's not even really clarifying itself. It's literally telling a story. It'd be different if it was clarifying. It's not. It's literally saying, this is what's happening. The 6 of Wands to the Strength. You're saying, I'm being strong and going after my own victories. I'm not letting this hold me back from what it is I'm truly going after. Okay. This is very intriguing. I've never seen this. Not in an Astrodice reading. Personal readings, I get them a lot like that, but that's different. Okay, let's go. And in the 7th house, what do you want? Okay, 1 card. I'm not going to be impulsive. There's a lot of nasty talk that's coming from this person, but you're just keeping yourself busy doing what you want. They want to be nasty. They want to be sneaky. They want to sit over here, lie, steal, cheat, whatever they want. I've got blockers on. I'm not listening. Not dealing with it. Okay. I'm not answering your text messages. I'm not writing back. I'm not overthinking the situation. You do whatever you want. I'm doing something on my own terms. So right now you're just really into me and what my victories are. I have other things to worry about. But this person really wants your attention. If they're the Knight of Swords, they're really trying to push impulsively to push your buttons. And they're also trying to get away with something. It could be just lies, and maybe that's what it is. You know, sometimes it's funny when somebody lies. I'm not going to say this for everyone. Take it how it resonates, guys, okay? But you know how somebody, when they get caught in a lie, you know how sometimes they overdo it? And they're like over trying to explain because they're trying to convince you that they didn't do something sneaky, that they didn't do whatever they were doing, and so it makes them look more guilty. And so, you know, your intuition could already be saying, I'm not going to look deep into this situation. I'm just going to let you sit over here and just continue to babble, continue to say whatever it is that you're saying, and it's almost like they just can't keep their mouth shut, and they're just over saying everything, blabbermouth, to try to convince you that they didn't do something wrong. I would say you're dealing with a teenager because that's such teenager, you know, behavior. No, Mom, I totally didn't do that. But da 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 da. And then 3 days later, don't be mad at me, Mom. I totally didn't do that. But it could be definitely an adult. Just saying. Okay, let's go. So no matter what, it's just like they just won't stop talking. Mid-month. 2 cards again. Wow. You have Temperance in reverse to the Page of Swords. You're starting to recognize that the information that they're giving you is nonsense. But you're still in this place of stalled and pause. You're still not giving them the communication towards the situation. You're just observing their behavior. And they keep feeding you all this information. But you're just putting yourself into this pause. You're not going forward. You're still not going forward towards this. You're still not opening up to say anything really about the situation. I feel like for some of you, you've already spoke what you wanted to speak, and now it's just like silence. Queen of Wands. There could be jealousy within the situation. They could be showing jealousy. You may be feeling like maybe they're trying to make you jealous. Maybe they were cheating. Take it how it is, but definitely whatever it is, it also could be this manipulation through ego. I feel like they're trying to, if you know that this person was cheating, they may be trying to make you jealous now all of a sudden within this person. What the? Or there's just a lot of gossip going on all of a sudden. Queen of Wands is also a card of gossip. So you may be hearing a lot of gossip and still not doing anything. Now this is turned in from this person saying something to a bunch of gossip. Feeling like it's gossip. Six of Swords in reverse. You're not getting involved in this situation, even though they're trying their hardest to pull you into this situation. They're trying to lie, cheat, and steal their way back. But now you're realizing there's a lot of gossip, or there's a lot of ego tied to this. Or you might feel like they're trying to make you jealous, even though I don't know. For a lot of you, I don't really even think it's jealousy. Not unless the Queen of Wands is someone else that said that they were sleeping with him and they're still denying. Then this person could come up and try to make you jealous and trying to say they were sleeping with your man, with your woman, and trying to do so. That could be a huge possibility. This is generated. It's a huge possibility. That's why I always say, take what resonates, just throwing everything I see out there. The devil, temptation, trying to tempt you. But you're like blocking you've unchained yourself from the situation. You blocked this energy because there's a lot of deception going around, and a lot of gossip, a lot of chattering, which wouldn't surprise me. You have Mercury. Mercury's a lot of chitty chatter. So you could feel like there's a lot of that going on in the mid-month when it comes to your 7th house. Now maybe you might have family involved in the situation, or business, people involved. I don't know, neighbors. I don't know. There's a lot of chitter chatter. Anyway, end of the month, you do have the two of Wands, the 5 of Swords, not giving them the time of day, getting out of the cold. They're trying, though, one more time. They're trying to balance this out with you, but you're looking elsewhere. You're saying, I got my 2 of Wands. I'm looking somewhere else, because remember, you're still sitting over here strong in your 6 of Wands. You're not taking their nonsense. Someone's going to try to come back one more time. This is that Knight of Swords who's going to come back and try to say something to you. You guys could be dealing with a Gemini, a Libra, however, but they want to balance it out over here. They want to try to balance this out with you, try to get an apology from you, or they want you to accept their apology, excuse me. I don't even know if it's so much even an apology as it is getting on the same page with them and understanding where they're coming from. I'm sorry, this whole thing is just lies, though. So what they're pretty much saying to me with the devil and the 7 of Swords, I want you to believe in my lies. And you're saying, no, I'm closing the chapter. Chapter's closed. I'm not listening. Because your awareness, you're not even going to dig deep into this situation. Now I understand why, though. Because if it's really something that you're like, I already intuitively understand what's going on. I don't need to get into hermit mode to go introspect all of this. I'm just going to let it go. And it can also be that maybe they've done this before, or it's just you don't feel the need to have to go in and search for the answers. Even though it's almost like the universe is saying, but I wanted you to search for the answers. It's kind of interesting. It's almost like telling you, but I wanted you to search deeper into the knowledge and the understanding. So that you can completely see the whole picture. But it's so funny because you're saying, I don't want to see the whole picture. I don't care. They're lying. I know it. I don't give a crap. Huh. So for now, with the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's still saying you. That's why I'm saying you didn't know everything that was going on. That's why they wanted you to introspect about the situation. I think a lot of times, though, too, the universe wants you to introspect so you're not holding onto too much pain, grudges, things that you might be holding down that could come up to light later. Because we all know the universe works in weird ways. Right? But for the overall, you already see what you need to see. Maybe you'll go into hermit mode later. But for now, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking your test. But you've also kind of blocked a little bit of other things that were going on. It could also be your own safety mechanism that you have within yourself. A lot of times we have our own. It's not exactly what our higher self wants us to do, but that's just the way we are, right? Otherwise, it's a beautiful reading, guys. I just, you know what? This kind of feels like the tower is going to come. Before they know it, and could just wipe this whole scenario right off. Right off. Wipe its stuff way out there. Take care of this situation for you. And it doesn't mean that you're taking this person out of your life. It just means we're not dealing with this situation. Let's have to look at situations differently. If it's a family member, you're not going to just throw away your son because, he's doing some terrible things. But it means I'm not going to get involved in your lies and your deceits, right? I don't want any part of it. Yeah. Okay, guys. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.